Chief Alex Lee, Newport Police Department, is back in studio. Chief, how are you?
I'm doing well. It is nasty out there, though. Yeah.
That's why we were chit-chatting off the air. You were saying that, I know on my drive this morning, it was slippery but not terrible, but you said it's actually gotten worse.
Yeah, it seems to be getting worse over the last 2 hours or so. It's getting a little bit colder and icier, so I've got 2 officers out with vehicles off the road right now on Bradford Road and Unity Road, which are kind of our typical hot spots for cars off the road during winter weather anyway.
Yeah.
But, when you leave your house, you might think that it looks like it's just wet or it's just raining, but there is ice underneath that. So everybody should use caution this morning.
And I know some schools have gone from 2-hour delays to canceled. As of right now, Newport still 2-hour delay.
Correct.
And you said Claremont still a 2-hour delay.
Yes.
So don't do any travels.
Or at least take it slow. We were doing about 25 miles an hour, down Route 10 this morning on my way into the station, and that was about all you could do.
Yeah.
If you got any faster than that, you felt it start to slide on you. So
Yikes. Well, everybody hold tight. I guess if you got some errands to do, maybe just wait a little bit and do them in a couple hours.
Yeah, hopefully it'll warm up just a couple degrees.
I don't know. It's not supposed to, though.
Yeah.
It's supposed to stay right at 34. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So was hoping to get Brent in with you today. Obviously, this storm kind of screwed up everything. But the Newport PD and Claremont PD released a joint press release yesterday. I got the press release. So what happened?
Yeah, just a really sad case. We had an untimely death here in Newport of a woman, 33 years old, Newport resident. So we were investigating her death and possible causes behind that, and we were gathering evidence at the scene, and that evidence led us to get some search warrants over in Claremont for a residence and a person over in Claremont. And so as the investigation became kind of multi-jurisdictional, where part of the investigation was in Newport and part was in Claremont, we teamed up together, our detectives and patrol officers from both agencies, and executed those search warrants over in Claremont and seized a very substantial quantity of drugs over there.
In the press release, it did sound like there was a lot of different types of drugs that were taken or seized.
Yes, there was a little over an ounce of methamphetamine and in excess of 50 bags of what we suspect is fentanyl, possibly mixed with xylazine. And there was a smaller amount of crack cocaine, and then quite a lot of prescription narcotic pills and other implements that are indicative of drug trafficking. So it's not unusual that when somebody is engaged in drug trafficking that they're selling a variety of different controlled substances, and that was the case here.
You got to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
I guess, which is what it sounds like. But.
And what we know is that a lot of people who suffer from substance use disorder use multiple different types of drugs.
Yeah. So now, one arrest or two?
So we in the press release, we announced one arrest, and then we held an arrest warrant for a second person. That second person has now also been arrested. That second arrest was made out in Andover with the assistance of Andover Police Department. And while making that arrest and collecting more evidence out in Andover PD actually arrested a third person. So these cases tend to be like an onion. Each layer that you peel away, you discover new evidence of additional crimes, and then you open a whole subsequent investigation to those new crimes that you've uncovered. So one investigation turns into 2, turns into 4, and so we've made really 3 arrests so far, and there may well be more to come.
And it's probably interesting to kind of follow that trail. So it started in Newport, then Claremont, now Andover.
Correct.
Which I didn't see Andover coming. So where does it go from there? Oh, yeah. Franklin, Salisbury,
Who knows? But
Laconia, like it can go like elsewhere.
Yeah, as you interview witnesses and you collect physical evidence and digital evidence, and you're searching phones, you find communications with new people that we weren't previously aware of, and so then you have to kind of follow those leads wherever they may go. So we just follow wherever the evidence takes us, and to however many people that means we need to speak to or gather evidence from, then that's what we do.
So if somebody in either Newport or Claremont or elsewhere, Sunapee or whatnot, has any tips on this case, what should they do?
Yeah, they can call either the Newport Police Department at 863-3232 and speak to Detective Marvin, or they can call the Claremont Police Department at 542-9538 and speak to Detective Dickerman. They're the two lead investigators, and offer any information that they may have, either related to this very sad and too early passing away here in Newport, or regarding any suspected drug activity in Newport or Claremont that may have to do with this. We're always open to receiving information, and then we will follow that again wherever it may lead.
How critical is it for the police departments to be able to work together and just throw resources?
It would be impossible to do what we do without it. Neither Newport nor Claremont is large enough and has enough resources to do the huge amount of work that needs to be done at the level and at the quality that our communities expect us to do it. So the only way that we can get the job done successfully is by combining resources and working together. And we do that on pretty much a daily basis. In patrol, in detectives, in other specialty areas, we all work together.
It's 8:36. Chief Alex Lee's in the studio. I know that you're busy this morning. You got a lot of stuff going on, and with the road so crummy, so I don't want to keep you too long. But I did want to mention that I understand you'll be at Dancing with the Stars tomorrow night.
I will. I got my tickets for Saturday night, actually. And this year I lucked out. I bought them early, so I got first row on the balcony in that center section.
Oh, did you really?
I've never gotten those before.
Nice.
They're usually full.
Yeah.
So my kids and I will be there. I'm looking forward to the show. Looking forward to seeing what surprises you have for me, Steve, as the MC.
Oh, yes. I will be full of surprises.
But yeah, definitely one of my favorite events of the year. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I've been threatening my wife, telling her I'm going to dance the hokey pokey. I don't think she thinks I'm serious, but maybe I'll just work that in just in case.
Yeah. And I like the All-Stars concept, and, I always like the alumni that come back. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's going to be one of the best shows yet.
So you've been before?
Yes, I've been several times before.
I'm assuming you went when Brent danced.
Of course.
Yes. Did you or did you not vote for Brent? It's okay to say no.
The voting is done by secret ballot, so I'm not going to disclose who I voted for. But I did vote. I'll say that. I did my civic duty to the community of Newport by voting at Dancing with the Stars, both that year and last year.
I know that he is bummed to have to back out.
Yeah.
Especially because he was trash talking. He was on the radio just trash talking.
Yeah.
And it would have been very amazing to have him and Ben Hullabubich trash talk together.
Yes.
On stage. But
I think he's emceeing for the Winter Carnival pageant, though.
That's what I hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll still get to see him.
He did a good job of that last year.
Yeah.
It's good for him.
Yep.
It builds character.
We are, by the way, making our Winter Carnival plans, both, in terms of traffic control for the parade and logistics like that, but also I think some of my officers and dispatchers and other employees are going to try and put a booth together again this year like we did last year.
Nice.
And, particularly focusing on the upcoming Comfort Dog program. And getting information out to the community about that and soliciting the community's support. So,
didn't Marvin cook some food last year? Was that Winter Carnival? Or?
He did, yeah, he did pulled pork, and I think he said he'd never do that again because he spent like 3 days cooking it. And I think I ended up personally buying like 40% of it and bringing it home.
I ended up buying some. I felt bad for him. It was good.
Yeah.
But I think he grossly misjudged how much work and time it would be.
Yes, correct.
But I legitimately loved that the PD was there last year.
Yes.
Like, just engrossed in all of it and out there. And that's really kind of the beauty of the small town stuff, is to be able to just be there and be real humans.
Yes, I still haven't fully recovered from the belly flop competition last year. I'm still a little chilled from that, but
there's still time to do it again this year.
I'm hoping that somebody else will have mercy and take my place in that. But we'll see.
If you had to call somebody out right now, who would that somebody be? You got a lot of rookies on the squad. I think that's a good way for the new recruits to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, although actually I'm going to call out my number 2, Lieutenant Burdick. I think it should be him.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Yes.
So
heavy is the head that wears the crown. So we should go from the top down in the belly flop competition.
Yeah, I guess if you're number 1, so now it's got to go number 2.
That's right.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, so Burdick's doing it. It's 8:40. All right, Chief, I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in and for braving the roads, and everybody drive safe.